Hey Crushers, this is Young. I'm bringing you a new Crush Them All video. Today's video is going to be featuring generalized tips and strategies as of October 2018. I do recommend, if you haven't already and you're trying to get in contact with me, joining the official Discord, which you can find under the community section of the game located here. If you have any questions or comments after watching this video, you can reach out to me there, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below this video. Now, what I would like to show you guys first and foremost is this. I recommend using 5 staging heroes, and what you're really wanting is one of each element. At 4 stars, Hikari gets this 4-star ability, buffing the entire team's movement speed. It's a pretty substantial buff, but if your Hikari is not to that point, or if you don't have Hikari yet, then what you're wanting to do is you're going to want to use your One Eye, which is a Crusher. And the reason why you're wanting to use him is because of his base move speed. He's pretty fast and his ultimate attack is pretty good. If you don't have One Eye yet, then you probably aren't even staging to the point where you would need a light hero, but in the event that you are, the alternative would be Light Knight. Also has the 220 move speed, but he's not quite as strong as One Eye, so that makes One Eye preferred over him. If you don't have Monkey King, who self-buffs his attack speed, if you don't have Monkey King, what I recommend using instead would be either Scud, which is this hero right here, or Jasmine, this hero right here. Jasmine has 2 or 3 move speed, she's very fast, she's good at what she does, she makes for a good choice. Scud does not have fast movement speed, however, when he does his 2-star ability, this could shoot off and destroy the crystal. It's inconsistently fast at destroying the enemy crystal. Luca is the default hero, and I recommend using him for staging no matter what. He's the best water hero in the game, and he self-buffs himself. Voodoo Dagger, in my opinion, is the best earth hero. Arguably, at 7 stars, Musashi, which is this hero right here, is just as fast. However, he's not until he's at least 7 stars, so that's not helpful for most of us. It's not helpful for me, and I'm pretty far into this game. Kasume is the fastest dark staging hero. She just debuffs enemy attack speed, which isn't very useful, but her move speed, look at that base. It's just absolutely massive, and she also teleports, destroying enemy crystals. And then for the runes on them, for Kasume, I've used Frenzy runes. And for most of them, I'm using Spoiling runes, which I probably should spend some time leveling these up a little bit more, just to get a little bit more use out of them. But that leads into the second thing that I'm recommending. Make sure that you go through, at the very least, get 1 set of runes for all of your heroes. It doesn't take terribly long to get the resources to do that, and all of your heroes should have their weapon level of at least 3. And the reason why you want 3 is because 3 is the minimum necessary to do 1 full set of runes. When you do a full set of runes, you see where it says set 3 of 3 attack there, plus 96%. Well, having 3 attack runes is giving, who is this, Rufus. It's giving, oh, it said at the top there, it's giving Rufus plus 96% to his attack. So he gets a set bonus. And that works with all runes. All runes have, if you put 3 of the same rune on a hero, you're going to get whatever the bonus is for that one. As an example, we'll look at my Furiosa. My Furiosa has Flanks runes, and she has Swift runes. This is what I consider to be a strong PvP build, and on account of this build right here, Flanks and Swift, you can see I'm gaining plus 13% for the set bonus for attack speed, and plus 180% for the Knight Shield health points, or hit points, if you'd rather. The next thing I'd recommend is never letting your heroes sit needing to evolve. The only thing, for the most part, that would be beneficial to waiting to evolve would be for Blitz, which Blitz isn't open right now. But you could keep some of your heroes at 3 stars just to be able to farm the Princess Promenade, which is the tier 1 difficulty for Blitz. Might make that a little bit easier for you, but generally speaking, it's not helpful to just make your heroes wait to evolve. For this 4-star hero, it's not beneficial for me to make this common wait, so I'm going to go ahead and evolve him. And that's my general recommendation. There's exceptions to that, as I said, but generally speaking, I do advise evolving as quickly as possible. The next thing I would like to discuss with you is your magic metals. As you can see, I've got quite a bit saved up. Magic metals are insanely useful. On a common hero, it'll give you 30 metals. On a rare hero, it'll give you 10 metals. And on an epic hero, as soon as I find one here, trying to blank on who's epic. Here we go, I know Tesla is. Tesla would get 4. So you get 30, 10, or 4, depending on the rarity. Now, some players are strongly suggesting using them on Sprout, getting your Sprout to 7 stars as quickly as possible. Although I do recommend using Sprout and requesting Sprout for your common medals in your guild, I do not recommend using your magic medals on him. I recommend using them strictly on heroes that are about to make it into the next star level. So, and the reason for this is because you will increase what their 4-star ability does. So with this one, all enemies minus 25% move speed, but the next evolution doubles that to minus 50% move speed. That effect in itself isn't all that useful to me, but there are effects that can be. So we can see here, that would double to plus 800% HP. And since everything's additive, it's not as substantially valuable, but when you start looking at PvP modes like Arena and like Blitz, these passive abilities make or break the game easily. They are huge, they will change your gameplay completely, and that's what I recommend holding them for. Since we know for a fact that we have new heroes coming, I'm currently saving mine. I'm not spending any whatsoever. I'm going to wait until these new heroes come out, and if there's one of them that's just amazing, kind of like Spark was when he first came out, I'd recommend, investing your magic metals on that hero. And then you'll have a really strong hero, maybe for PvP or for events. I don't know what these heroes will be useful for. All I know is that they're brawlers, and with the changes coming, it's going to be an exciting time to check out what's available. Silver chests, I recommend saving them for the most part. I tend to use mine when I'm opening other things. You don't have to, and most of the times you probably shouldn't. You should probably wait until you get some of your heroes maxed out at 7 stars, but that's pretty boring. It's fun to open chests, and so I always like to go ahead and do it. And those are my recommendations in regards to that. Now, going back to staging heroes for a moment, I want to point out how I have my prisms set up. Hikari has 3,900, Kasume has 4,000, Luca has 4,100. I'm going to skip over Monkey King for a moment and point out that Voodoo Dagger has 4,200. Monkey King is the hero I'm currently working on. I need 176 million prisms in order to get him up to 4,200, and then I'm going to need 193 million one more time to get him up to 4,300, which is where I'm currently raising him to. Then I'm going to start working on Hikari again. And I'm going to get Hikari up to 4,400. And the reason why I do this staggering is because of the fact that the bosses that I'm going up against at max level are only weak to certain things. Now, my max stage currently is 5,300. I can very easily hit 5,300 with my current setup. Once Monkey King gets up probably to 4,200, and once I start adding some of these gold levels to him, when I get him to around 971, when he's got 4,200 prisms, I'm probably going to breach the 4,200, or I'm sorry, the 5,300 gate that I'm at currently, and start pushing and probably hit 5,400. But I'm still going to get Monkey King all the way up to 4,300 prisms before I start working on Hikari. The staggering prisms is how we recommend doing it because of the fact it makes your staging more efficient. The next thing I would like to address is the arena. In the arena, you're going to find that you're going to have an easier time facing some opponents than others, but generally speaking, your team composition is going to have the largest impact in terms of how you perform. You can have up to 10 heroes, provided you have all the hero slots, and what I recommend is building yourself a strong front line and a solid back line. So what I have here for my front line is I have, you will see, Magnus, I have Furiosa, I have Leafblade, I have Chaos, I have Atlantis, and I have Onyx. What I have for the backline is Sorrow, I have Spark, I have Necromancer, and I have Alda. So I've got 6 frontline heroes, and I've got 4 strong backline heroes helping bring up the support. The heroes that I choose are based off of their abilities as well as their stats. Alda is absolutely amazing for buffing critical damage for the entire team. And honestly, Alda is probably one of the most valuable heroes in the game, which is what's going to lead into my next suggestion. When you're doing your requests in your guild for medals on Sundays, you should be doing either Alda or Valkyrie, because they are going to give you the most overall net profit for your teams. They are the best investments for you. I've been working on my Valkyrie because I want to get her to 4 stars as quick as I can. I'm getting considerably closer now from where she was. She was one of the last heroes that I unlocked, and it's been taking me a long time to get her upgraded. So those are my recommendations in regards to that. For expeditions, I recommend just keeping expeditions going. Find the materials that you need to be working on, and then even if you can't max out the expedition, just go ahead and get it started. Start working on it. For these, I do try and max them out so I can get as many of these materials as I can possibly get. And that's how I do that. You just keep everything going as much as you can, and you're going to find that you're going to have the materials that you need far more often than not. For daily dungeons, it's going to be dependent on what you're working on for your artifacts. I've been working on the Gold Griffin Claw. I'm going to continue grinding for that, which means I need more light material. I need dark material as well for the current item I'm working on, but my recommendation is to just do your daily dungeons as much as you possibly can. Make sure that you've allocated your library to where your maximum orbs are already set for the daily dungeons. And just make sure that you're spending the time that you need to be spending in order to get the materials that you're needing. Generally speaking, I do spend daily 1 refill, unless we're having the double dungeons event, in which case I usually take that to 75. On light days, I have been going to 50 on some days, but that does depend on where I'm at with my flues overall, and right at the moment I've been saving up my flues for the update that's coming. When it comes to staging, once you get to VIP 4, you get the Upgrade All button, which is this button right here. However, even if you don't have it, ultimately, whatever is the very last thing in line, which in my case is Robot Factory, that's generally speaking the only thing that you're needing to upgrade. You want to upgrade as far down the list as you can go, until you're comfortably where you're going to be ascending, and then at that point, you're going to want to click the upgrade for whatever's highest. I turn off the auto-collect only so that I can go beyond that, and I just hit upgrade all because it's easier for me, but it's not necessarily efficient to continue upgrading things that I've already moved past. For artifact slots, I currently, as you can see, that's 9, 10, 13, 15, 18. Is that correct? No. 3, I've got Griffin, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, yeah, I have 19. 19 slots because I also have the Holy Lighthorn helmet. Because of the increase the health of all heroes by 4320. This is how I have mine set up. You're obviously going to do things your own way based on your own preferences. Most people run the Lighthorn set instead of the Abyssal Dragon Armor set because of the fact that the Abyssal Dragon Armor effect for the set bonus doesn't actually do anything. Increasing the duration of the sun effect for all heroes by 25% does virtually nothing, since it's only useful in staging and that's not actually useful for staging. Since the effect can only be used there and it's not useful, it's kind of wasted, but I wanted to buff my dark, because I have very strong dark heroes, and so that was important to me to be able to do that. I do also hoard all of my lucky tokens. You guys probably have seen some of my videos where I wait until the jackpot is over 10,000, and then I burn through all the tokens that I can on the 3 times the elite mode only, because it's the only way that you can earn the jackpot. I've never won it, but you guys will get to see when I do, since I record that every single time. And that's essentially all I've got for today's video, guys. I do appreciate you watching. If you do have any further questions or comments, as I said earlier, please leave them in the comment section below, or you can reach out to me on the main Discord. I do strongly encourage that you join the main Discord, because if you do join the main Discord, you'll be able to chat with the developers. There's tons of great people within the community that are able to answer questions and help you further, and it's just an absolutely amazing resource if you're needing more information. I highly recommend it to everybody, and so I'd like to see you on there. And I do appreciate you watching. As always, thank you.